Hello everybody, and welcome to my Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition Legendary Dark Knight walkthrough. This is mission 12, yes, and let's jump right into it. So as you see, this room fills to the brim with enemies. Now, I'm gonna try and... Now, as I've said, Judgment can end this room. And I'll give you the exact same, but I'm trying to restrict the use of that move as much as possible. But this mode isn't as hard as you think, to be honest. What makes it harder is the enemies. Like, they don't do as much damage as they do on other difficulties. They do as much damage as about hard. But it's the amount of them that you gotta watch out for. They can overwhelm you really quickly. But Vergil's got lots of AoE crowd control attacks, so you're usually fine. But have a wee topic to discuss today. So the topic today for the video to get into is, what are games about? Because I know this is a very different opinion than a lot of people have. For me, gaming is about mechanics and making myself better at them. But then for others, which I know me and my friends did discuss this, one of my friends doesn't like that. He doesn't like being punished for his mistakes in games. And I know that sounds really bad, like I'm being an asshole to him, but it kind of just feels that way. Being punished, dying in a game should be a punishment. You shouldn't want to die in a game. Right, some of that story game bullshit where you've got to do a certain thing, or I don't know any game where a game like this where you want to die on purpose. And I disagree with the thought that he thinks that you shouldn't have to do something over again if you die, but you should. It's kind of the point of a game. Like, if we took that away, if we took death away from you, then why would we ever play these games? If you die, should the game just say, oh, there, and continue onward? No, it shouldn't. It never should. You should be told, keep going until you get it right. Now, this is only my opinion, and everyone plays games for different reasons. My sister in particular prefers story games over these type of games. I can see why that is. They're a lot more. I don't mean this in a bad way, but they are significantly more casual in this type of game. Like, the reason you do well in this game is because of mechanics. You don't do well in this game because you're predetermined to. I remember my first playthrough of this game. I didn't do well. I had these items and stuff. Actually, no, that was more of when I was in Dante Must Die. Dante Must Die, I don't give a shit, I'll use all the items I want. Because I don't like Dante Must Die modes. I never really liked Dante Must Die. Because I think it's stupid difficulty. It just gives the enemies a bajillion health and all like that. And it just isn't really my thing of difficulty. I prefer interesting sets and difficulties. And I prefer Devil May Cry 3's system. Or the devil trigger system, if you didn't kill them quick, they get devil trigger. In this mode, it just seems when there are no health to do, just always devil trigger. But not him, on Devil May Cry 3, sorry, at least it was like, they had to survive. But, pardon my voice, because I do have a cold at the moment. I try to do the sort of real impact. You can distort any move on Vergil. So let's say I wanted to distort the third hit of a charged Beowulf. Now you have to have it charged, of course. I don't know why I destroy these chairs, but So see, now you're timed. You gotta get out here in the time if possible. But back on to the discussion we're having. I think that in order to go better at a game, you have to be punished. That's kind of the point. Games like Dark Souls, he doesn't like Dark Souls because he has to do the same thing over and over again because he dies. But what do you want the game to do? You want to just let you continue on? Like, old games are a perfect representation of this. They were designed to be money stealers. So they had unfair difficulty. But games like this actually have fair difficulty most of the time. Pardon me, I had to sneeze. But I just don't know how you can argue the point that you shouldn't be have to do this action again if you die. Like, what does he want to happen? And he kind of always avoids that answer. He never does answer that. Even games like The Witcher understand that, and he likes The Witcher. Understand that when you die, you should be punished. The other friend I have kind of thinks the same way. He doesn't like to get ass raped on his first. I really shouldn't be saying that, but that's why he described it. He doesn't like that on his first playthrough. Even though if you get destroyed in your first playthrough, then you should be better on your consecutive playthroughs. That's the point. I beat Dark Souls 3 at basic vitality. First playthrough, the first time I ever did it. I went through the entire game base vitality. Because I realised if I actually got good and fought the entire game at base vitality, I could perform better later on. And that's true. People have trouble with Pontus Sylvan now. I don't have any trouble with Pontus Sylvan because I went through, that 9th circle of hell. He one-shot me most of the time. I went through that hell though. Because you have to get better. And whatever way you have to get better, if you want to do easy, then normal, then hard. That used to be me. I used to do all the difficulties first. Because I think that, it meant something, but it doesn't. Doing an easy difficulty is the equivalent, to saying I took a shit. It's not really, And I do this because, fuck these enemies, for lack of a better word. They're so stupid. And they all just clip through the wall. I didn't want to die at that stage. Like, I don't like the way they just do that. Like, that's kind of fast. Like, that's fine. But see, they start clipping through the wall. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think there was an anime in Devil May Cry 3 that did that, and I really hated it still. Clipping is so important in games. Like, I don't know why that anime can start an attack through a wall, then bring it out into the normal, then bring it out of the wall. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me. I think every move should be telegraphed. Like, because human reaction time is at a certain point where we can't react as fast as we like to. I get hit so many times by these lasers so unnecessarily. I hope I could get some slow motion in the next room, because the next room that we're coming up to, it's just a room filled with Angelos. And if you know me, at this life and Devil Trigger, Angelos are bad news. I don't like they hit me. So I'm into full survival mode at this stage. I'm trying to keep my distance and try and get target one out of them. I ended up doing that, and this doesn't end up too well for me. Well, actually it gives me a big health orb, so I'm more comfortable with taking them on. So I'm just going to do some jump cancel. Which, if you don't know, means I do this, then I dash, and then look, I keep doing it over and over again. Hitting just end judgment cuts. Hit it. If you get that perfect, and look, then I do it again, and again, and again. It does a lot of damage, and it keeps them juggled in the air, which is what I want. Because when they're juggled in the air, they're not really that much of a problem. I'll try this, and it hits me at the end of the frame, so I don't actually end up getting it, because I didn't mash it a second time. And that was a waste of Devil Trigger. But get back quick enough. Devil Trigger is very important for some things in this game. I would recommend trying to not waste it like I did there. Like, see, you gain Devil Trigger in this game for playing well. That's a reward you earn. For playing well, you get to enter this type of mode. If the game didn't punish you, but it couldn't also give you rewards. See, that's a big part of my friend's philosophy, which I don't get. Because a game can't if a game can't punish you, then how can it reward you? Because any reward a game gives you after it doesn't punish you whatsoever, it just feels standard. It doesn't feel special or anything like that. Like, what if I didn't get this? Would he prefer if it just gave it to me? Like, it's such a it's a bad philosophy to have, in my opinion, because games are inherently meant to be difficult. Games have to be hard, in my opinion. That's why from now on I either do hard or more difficult ones than that. I don't start games off at easy, and occasionally, like, normal is kind of becoming a less and less thing for me, because I prefer to get really good at the game first, because I think that's what you have to do in order to improve. In order to improve, I have to get our asses beat once in a while. Like, that's just kind of makes sense to me. Taking that out entirely just means, well, nothing. It kind of means, we don't improve, we don't ever learn from our mistakes, and we don't ever get punished for it. But we're coming up to the end of the video now, so I'll save more of that rant for the next one. And there it is. Okay, let's see that. No, everything's gonna be an S rank. You know, if you got A, if you do it faster than me and didn't take as much time, you can get the S, but I didn't. But my stylish points made up for it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.